So how's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. So in today's video, we're gonna add power to this BMW 128i. You know what? A lot of people asking me why did I buy the 128i instead of the 135i. You know what? Because I like the sound of the inline 6 engine, the naturally aspirated sound of the inline 6 engine from the BMW. It sounds so good to me that I like it so much. But sometimes I like to go fast. That's why I have the BMW M235i with the N55 engine. But N52 engine is good enough. It's good for cruising, and to add power on it, the basic thing you can do is to make it breathe. Because you know why? Engine is an air pump. So the more air you put, the more power you get. But obviously, if you put too much air, then you gotta upgrade the fuel system. So guys, let's get started. So this is the new intake that came with the car. I didn't have the stock air box because the previous owner already upgraded the intake to engine air intake. I didn't like the intake because it's taking up hot air from the engine bay, and hot air, it's not good. You need to have cooler air for the intake so you can produce better power. Yeah, ingesting hot air to the engine is not gonna make you good power. It's okay at the beginning, but when your engine starts to become really hot, it's not good. That's why I wanna replace this with the aFe intake. As you can see, it's all exposed to the engine bay. There's no protection from the heat, and also this deflector here for the air, it's all rusted. I think it's due for a new intake. That's the way I see it. I already replaced the air filter on this car with the K&N because the one that came from the engine, all the rubber here is already falling apart. So they already deteriorate, so it needs to be replaced. But now since we have new aFe intake, which is better than this, and hopefully we can get good power, a lot better power than the stock airbox, without the problem of ingesting hot air from the engine bay. So here's the box for the intake, and we're gonna check out the content on this box. So first we have the cover. Cover looks really nice. It has some kind of carbon fiber pattern design on it, but this is not real carbon fiber. It just looks like a carbon fiber, but that's just a finish. I think this is like a hydro dip cover. I took the dry air filter, so we don't need to clean it. All we have to do is just rinse it to clean it. We don't need to oil it. And it's a massive air filter, so this is gonna take a lot of air for our intake, which is really good. There's a lot of big surface for air intake on this one. And this is the dry air filter. So you can see how massive the filter is. Also come with a big clamp. This is the actual airbox. It's a massive airbox. Has a small vent here, and also the snorkel is going to be connected here, and here's where you can suck in more air on this side here. But this will limit the hot air coming from the intake. Comes with a license plate frame. So this is where the air filter is gonna go. It's a nice firm tubing. This is where gonna be the MAF sensor, mass airflow sensor. And here you're gonna have I don't know, maybe you need to seal this hole here or something. So you got your flexible adapter. So this connects to the throttle body of the car, of the engine intake, and this goes here like that. So you have the flexibility of movement. That's really nice. You got some hardware, including the clamp and some bolts, and the instruction manual and some sticker from aFe, and also the warranty. So that's the whole content of the box for the aFe intake. Now we're gonna install it. Okay, so now it's time to remove the old intake. You have to remove the air filter, the shield, the pipe, and also the snorkel, because it's easier to put the box when the snorkel is not installed. For T15 here that we need to remove. There we go. See all the rust? It's all rusted. Also, we need to remove the power steering fluid, so you can have access to the map sensor connector. So now we can move the power steering fluid. So now we're going to take out the map sensor connector. Lift the tab so we can pull out the connector. I'm gonna show you in a little bit how it looks like after I take out this pipe here. That's another flathead screwdriver. So what happened is you have to lift this tab here. You have to lift the tab here with the pick tool. Be careful not to break it while you're pulling out the connector, because the connector is gonna go here and it's getting locked by this tab. So when you lift the tab a little bit, then you can pull out the connector. We're gonna transfer this map sensor to the new intake. Remove the clamp. So this is the same thing. We have to loosen the clamp. As soon as it's loose, then you can pull out the rubber. There you go. See? So since the throttle body has a groove, the flexible tube, you have to install the one also with a groove. Okay? And this flat side here is gonna go to the intake tube. Okay, so we have an 8mm, and also the grommet, the flat washer, and the screw. So first we put the grommet. So after you install the one grommet, you have to put one more grommet on the inside. Wiggle it inside. There you go. Oh, okay. So we need to transfer the map sensor onto this aFe intake tube. Okay. I think now is the best time to clean the map sensor with the sensor cleaner, map sensor cleaner. So here I got my map sensor cleaner. from CRC. All you have to do is spray it. Just wait for it to dry, then we can install it back onto the aFe intake. So this is fast drying, it doesn't take too long, so we can do the install now. So by the time we put it in the car, it's already dry. So we're gonna do the same orientation, that the connector is on this side, and we're gonna use the screw that was supplied with the aFe. So they have a 2 black screw here. I believe this is also T15. So it's a T15 Torx bit. All you have to do is align it to make it snug. That's it, snug, and it's good to go. And this hole, we cannot leave it open, we have to plug it. So it comes with a plug. So this is the plug that's supplied by aFe. All we have to do is put it here. So this is tapered, so the lower you get, the tighter it gets. So it's not gonna come out. So you have to go maneuver this inside the opening. There you go. Then we have to put 2 screws on the side here. So I put lock washer on that one. This one I missed the lock washer. So I'm gonna install the lock washer. So after you plug in the map sensor connector, because this cable is a bit tight, but still okay. Could be better. That's the best we can do. We have to tighten these 2 bolts here that's holding the tube to the body of the casing or the box. Tighten the 2 10mm. So what we're gonna try to do is to hide the seam, to put it on the bottom section, and the clamp bolt will be accessible. So air filter installed. We're gonna tighten it with the clamp. It's 8mm. Okay. This nice carbon fiber cover. So now it's finally installed. Now let's hear this intake. So guys, this intake looks so good on this engine bay because of the carbon fiber trim. It looks amazing. Plus I like that little extra sound, the induction sound from the intake. Very nice. Now I don't have to worry about my intake ingesting some hot air because of the snorkel. It's taking in fresh air from the front, and also a little bit here on the crack here on the near defender opening. So no exposed filter to take in that hot air from the engine. So guys, not only this intake looks so good on the engine bay right now, but this is dyno proven by aFe to give you 12 more horsepower on your N52 engine. Also 16 foot-pounds of torque, that's what you're getting at. And it gives you better airflow by about 56% airflow in your intake. So guys, that's it for the video. Please like and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.